We know that extremists have hijacked the Republican Party. And I want y'all to hear, because there are Republicans in this crowd, there are Democrats in this crowd. When we march on Raleigh, there are Republicans, there are Democrats, there's independents, there are people of all different races, creeds, colors, and kinds, and sexuality. So a moral movement is not about any one party. The fact of the matter is, we refuse to call this crowd Republican. They're trying to say that the Republicans have just been back in the legislature after more than 100 years of absence. No, no, no. They might cut the funds to libraries, but some of us still read the books. We know history. Some of us went to some of these fine institutions in North Carolina, and we studied. Mr. Governor, we took our liberal arts classes. Maybe you don't want some people to take them, but we took our liberal and our history classes. And we had some good teachers that taught us about American history and North Carolina history. We know progressive, sensible Republicans. My granddaddy was one of them.
So was
Abraham Lincoln. What you say?
So was mine.
You see that? I told y'all. See that?
My great-grandfather was the leader of the Republican Party in the state.
But he didn't act like this, probably.
Heck no.
But you see what I'm trying to tell you? You see how this movement brings us together? This is about extremism that has hijacked. It's nothing wrong with good debate in an American democracy. We understand that. Where's the leader? Here's the leader. Come on.
Oh, I'm not the leader.
Yes, you are. Give it up for all of the arrestees. Give it up.
I'm one of the outsiders Governor McCrory talked about.
Oh, Lord.
My granddaughter is the 9th generation of my family to live in North right here.
Wave your hand, granddaughter.
7th generation born in North Carolina, 9th generation to live here.
Did y'all hear that? Everybody be quiet a second. Did y'all hear that? She was called an outsider. What'd you say, 9th? How many? 9th?
9th generation to live in this state. 7th to be born in this state.
That's right. Yes,
so
ma'am.
we're real outsiders.
You really are.
And my great grandfather was the Republican, and he was the Iron Duke.
The Iron Duke.
Governor Dr. John J. Mott, who was the leader of the Republican Party back in the early
1800s.
Middle
1800s. He was in the Reconstruction crowd.
Yeah, and he served in the legislature.
See, that's that Reconstruction crowd.
Yeah, and my family used to take people to the polls to vote. And my grandfather stayed there as a judge to be sure there was no Jim Crow-ism.
Do you hear that? Yeah!
And that's back when the Republicans were decent people.
Well, she can say that. Well, you know him. It was your granddaddy. You know. Great granddaddy. Okay.
Yeah. I went to jail at the age of 84.
Give it up! Give it up!
And I went because I was in Raleigh when the legislature voted to cut unemployment, when the legislature did not accept Medicaid from the U.S. government, taxpayer money, incidentally. And people asked me why I went. And you looked at my notes, and so did Dr. Corsi. I went and I found a bunch of old people in there because the young people can't go to jail. It's going to ruin their records.
Okay, right.
And I went because they were cutting the unemployment, time, and money. That could be my child. My child happens to be employed. My grandchild happens to be employed, and we're thankful. I went to jail because of the Medicaid program being cut. We had good insurance in my family. My children had marvelous pediatricians. And when bad things happen to someone in our state, it happens to all of us. All of us.
That's right.
I went to jail because of what was done to education. I was a librarian for 22 years. I was a librarian when they were pouring money into the state education, into libraries, into public kindergartens, and when North Carolina was a progressive state.
That's right. That's right.
I was a librarian. I was over in South Statesville where the shelter is now. And I love to see my children. And they'll say, "Aren't you the library lady?" And I am. I went to jail because we are admonished to
act justly, to love mercy, and walk humbly. That's Micah.
That's Micah.
Chapter 6, verse 8.
8. That's it. I stole it from the Bible. I didn't see much justice, and I didn't see much mercy down in Raleigh.
That's right.
And they did not help the state of North Carolina to continue to progress. They pushed us down. And I told the group last night, if you've never seen a welfare queen, here's one. I love my Social Security. I love my Medicare, and don't take it away from me.
Give it up. Give it up. Well, if you've ever seen a welfare queen, there's one. But you know it's powerful when we get history right, isn't it?